internet speed, I tested the connection, everything seems to be fine. So maybe it's an OBS issue.
Jesus Christ.
What?
There's limit maximum is playing World of Warcraft. Are we back on?
Yes.
We're back.
Shameless sponsorship.
Yeah, he's got 43K.
Alright, cool. So, so I'd say it's a toss-up between Stefan and Vlad, I think.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll just be like, well, I feel like personally my choice, based on who has the most class. Stefan, he's got a bit of flair to him. Vlad, he's a little crazy. But damn if he doesn't probably have a nice castle somewhere.
Would you like to see Vlad's castle?
I mean, if you're asking me to raid his castle, I would. Where would he have it? Here?
You can be my guest. I'm leaving soon.
I'm sorry. Do you work for Vlad?
And he'll flash those. He'll flash that toothy grin again, and he'll say, "In a manner of speaking, I work with Vlad."
Ooh. Well, interestingly enough, I would love to join you, but I think we're on our way to some ancient beast revitalization, and possibly something with the plum krish or whatever.
Really?
No, I wouldn't say that because he just revealed that he works with Vlad, so I wouldn't say that. But I'll say something about ancient beast revitalization.
He says, And he'll consider that, and he'll okay. So here's the thing: during this conversation, he has been inching closer and closer to you, and I think at this point he's like right face to face with you.
Okay, would you like to meet the group?
And he says, "No, I'm perfectly fine here, thank you."
Okay, well, I'm going to move a tad to the left.
So he sort of blocks your way, and he says, "What's wrong? Are you scared?"
I don't swing that way. I know everybody says I look like I do, but I don't, okay? I'm sorry, I have to reject your offer. Dude, I just, like, not in character, but out of character, just because I think it'd be interesting for, like, flair and roleplay. When I mentioned it, I think her name's Natalie. Does his, like, eyes widen at all, or, like, his nostrils flare?
I don't think so. I think he's been very non-reactionary to everything you've said.
Okay.
Like he's listening, but he just keeps inching closer. He's like, yes, of course.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
As he's like sliding up to you, yeah. And so you're gonna try to like sort of pull away, and he's gonna grab your arm and pull you back, and he says, "Come on, just one bite.
Ow!
Just one bite."
Bite? You're bruising me. Let go.
And I'm gonna switch away real quick to the others. Aziz, what are you doing?
Get it.
Can I speak to animals while in animal form? I don't think I can.
I think so, right?
It doesn't.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So I am going to ask the horse, what's wrong? He seems to be upset.
So you totally speak the language of the beasts. This horse does not seem to.
Okay. Moving inside then. And then I will...
Do you come into the front door?
A window, something.
Oh, window.
Whatever's open.
Rook, the acolytes are like, so the horse has stopped bashing down the door, and is now
thank
moving along the side of the building, looking for another entrance. And as it sort of flashes past the windows, the acolytes begin to sort of like move across the room and try to lock the front door. Aziz, you'll get there just as they're getting ready to close it.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot in through the closing door. Do I see Rook still with like his back to the door, trying to hold it?
Probably.
Yeah, I followed the acolytes, you know, with my eyes. Seen you was there, like, let him in.
Okay. And then I am popping back into halfling form,
Okay.
and
Which the acolytes are astounded by.
yeah, ignoring them completely.
Yeah.
I just looking at Rook and be like, "What's up with the pissed off horse?"
I have no idea.
By the way, it's not a real horse.
That explains it.
Yeah.
That explains the red eyes, anyway.
Rook, have you looked at what you're holding?
Oh,
Yeah, I've looked by now.
Okay. You have a
severed head.
Ned.
Someone's kneecap.
No, you have a pouch. It's like a goat skin flask.
Ooh.
But it's
Is it liquid inside?
it is sloshy. It's
What's it smell like?
If you open it and smell it, it smells repugnant. Like it probably smells like gasoline. It's not gasoline, but that's probably it just hits you with that odor of like, oh, like.
I take a little lip wetter.
A little nip?
A little lip,
Yes.
lip wetter.
A little nip.
I wish you knew
This
that.
is taste it. A small taste.
On the little nip.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it tastes terrible. Oh my god, does it taste terrible. It is the absolute worst. Like, actually, give me a defy danger constitution.
Yeah, I spit it out. The fire danger.
Yeah, constitution.
Okay. Damn, I'm not gonna level tonight.
Okay, yeah, so you manage to, like, it just touches your lips. You can still kind of taste it on your lips, but you manage to not ingest any of it.
Okay. Does it burn my lips?
It is, yeah, it's kind of got that, like, fizzy sensation, like Pop Rocks or
Alright.
something on your lips.
Alright, well, I'll cork it and put it away.
Hey, Deacon, check your settings. I think you're rolling with advantage.
Oh, I am.
Well, that explains a lot.
Well, that explains a lot.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'll fix it. Damn, I don't know how that happened.
We were playing with it last week. I don't think we changed it back.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so you managed to avoid ingesting it, and you put it away. All right. As
to be
Aziz.
fair,
Go ahead.
to be fair, do you want me to re-roll that?
Nah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Because I just looking at the first two dice, it's still a 4 and a 6. So the third
Okay.
dice was a 2.
Okay.
Just as Aziz is asking you like why is the horse so pissed off, you're putting this thing like in your pocket.
I don't know. Sip.
Yeah, I whispered to Aziz, I just wanted to scratch his ear, and he freaked out.
Understandable.
And now it's working on the front door as well. Tyrion, this will be the scene that you walk in on as you and the High Priestess and this acolyte approach. You can see this black mare outside the inn trying to kick in the door.
Well, if I was going to expect Gaspard to have a horse, I suppose that's what it would look like.
Yeah, it's got red eyes. It's by all accounts perfect. It's pretty much flawless in every way. Its black coat has this like almost ethereal sheen to it, and yeah, it's just kicking this door down. And the high Eliatha will say to the acolyte, "Go get Gaspard from the bathhouse." And just as Gaspard is sort of pinning Harrison to the wall of the bath, trying to take a little nibble out of him, the acolyte will rush in and say, "Sir Gaspard, your horse." And he kind of turns and drops Harrison immediately, and
Splash.
Sort of composes himself and says, looks angrily at the acolyte and says, "Did someone disturb her?" And he says, I don't know, sir, but surely it wasn't any of us." And he picks up the acolyte and he pulls him close and he whispers something in his ear, and then he lets him drop to the ground. The acolyte just kind of like looks at his hands and is just trembling and shaking, and Gaspard walks out of the bathhouse, naked.
Yeah, and like my little tushy's like in the like above the water, like when I get dropped, and then I just like roll over and like a little bit of water, and then I'm like, "Are you okay?" And I'll get out of there naked. Oh, pardon me. I'll pick up like a little part of my clothes and tie it around my waist, offer my hand.
He just looks at his hands and he says, "I'm doomed. Not even Janvik can save me now."
What are you on about?
And he says, "He marked me." And he shows you his hand, and you can see there's like a handprint on it. And actually, you'll recall you saw something similar like this on Natalie's arm at one point. And
real quick, give me a second.
You are unmarked, and but his looks a lot more vibrant. And he says, he seems to be freaking out about it.
No. Yeah, I wanna. Okay, how would this be a parlay to calm him down if I told him Tyrion would help him?
No, I think you could just tell him.
Yeah, I'd like to calm him down. I'll be like, hey, you seem to forget who's in town right now. The Grand Tyrion. He can bring a guy back from life. He can get rid of this stupid Mark.
He does look hopeful. He as if you've just suddenly like that's the obvious answer. Yeah, he just looks so hopeful, and he's gonna go with you wherever you go.
All right, come on, Jim Bob. We're gonna go find this pissed off horse and follow after Gaspard. I'm gonna dress myself though, because I am cold. I am cold and wimpy. So, sir, unmark this lad. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna tell him that. He'll fucking like chomp me. So yeah, I'll dress real quickly, and then like pulling up my pants as I'm making my way out of the bathhouse.
So as you make your way out of the bathhouse, you'll come into the street, and you'll sort of see the scene. Tyrion, you're standing. Pretty much everybody's there. Some of you were just on the inside of the inn, looking out.
Yeah.
And Gaspard comes around the corner, stark naked.
Naked.
Yeah, and he sort of like pulls his hair back in like a long ponytail, and he says, "Narya, stop." And the mayor will immediately stop and sort of trot over to him and allow him to sort of pet her. And he will hold her head close, and he will say, one among you has taken something from me. And he'll turn to the High Priestess and he'll say, one of your men has taken something from me.
Would it happen to be your clothes?
He might shoot you a wink.
Oh. I hide behind my acolyte friend, Jim Bob.
Yeah, I try to put it in the pocket of the closest acolyte.
Roll me tricks of the trade.
Oh boy.
Alright, come on. It didn't roll, did it?
No.
I do not see it.
Nope.
Oh, there it is.
A respectable 9.
So 7 through 9, you still do it.
Danger cost.
Yes.
But the acolyte thought I was grabbing his ass or something.
Um,
I think he offers it to you.
Yeah.
He offers you 2 options between suspicious danger or cost.
yeah. So I think either. So I think either Aziz will see you do it, or the cost will be actually losing the item. Yeah. So, no. I guess that because you're losing it regardless.
I'm fine with Aziz seeing it.
Yeah. So either so Aziz will see it, or there will be some danger. Let's try that. Shit. I'm trying to think of a good option that hasn't already happened.
The horse hones in on him.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'll say either Aziz sees it, or you didn't close the cap all the way, and it's kind of spilling out.
My God, yeah. You choose.
That is up to you.
You know you want it to spill out.
I don't care either way.
All right, let's spill.
Okay, so you manage to slip it in, but it's kind of spilling out. Maybe a little bit gets on your hands, but some of it's definitely dripping about on the floor. But he doesn't seem to notice, and neither does anybody else. So
what's that smell?
So the doors will be open. The High Priestess will call everybody outside. And Tyrion, are you doing anything, or are you just kind of watching things unfold?
When he makes that accusation, I'm gonna say, and does your horse know who did this?
He'll look at you, and he'll kind of squint his eyes, and he recognizes you immediately. He's going to, but he doesn't say anything about it. He'll say, of course.
Then the rest of this is pointless charade. Your horse should merely indicate the culprit, and then we should deal with it accordingly.
So the horse will, This is fantastic. So the horse will. So everybody will be kind of brought out into a lineup. Rook and Aziz. It'll look really suspicious if you don't partake in that lineup. Is that cool?
Yeah.
It's profiling.
Rook's like.
No, I'll fall in.
Okay, so the horse is going to sort of it's going to go directly towards Rook, but it's going to get a little bit of the way there, and there's once it gets to a certain distance, it sort of recoils at Rook, and and it actually seems to be having a problem approaching the lineup at all. And as you can see, and Rook, you were watching it the entire time. The acolyte that had the thing in his pocket was dripping out in a steady line across the ground, and sort of like formed a line. He's all the way at the end, and he formed a line of this liquid, and that seems to be where the horse can't go past. And at this point, the Gaspard will kind of be like what's going on, and then the acolyte will finally feel something dripping down, and he's going to pick up the pouch, and Gaspard will see it and point him out and say, "There, that is mine." And he turns to the high priestess and he says, "So, a convent of thieves. What do you plan to do about this?"
I'm interrupting him before you hold, Gaspard.
Okay.
Your horse did not pick it out. We don't know how that got in his pocket.
And he says, "And yet he holds it. How else?"
He seems as surprised as the rest of us. And I'll go over to him. "Did you take this from the horse? The horse that you seemed terrified of, as terrified as everyone else?" And I'll grab it and twist the cap back on.
And he says, No, Tyrion, I would never. We were instructed not to touch the mare."
Look at him, Gaspard. He's terrified. They're all terrified of your horse. And I'll walk right up to Gaspard and hand him the wineskin.
He'll take it, and he'll give you an even measured look, and he says, "I believe it should fall on the high priestess to decide." And he'll turn to her.
Oh, she gonna be a bitch.
She actually looks.
I'll turn.
She's actually mortified. She's actually mortified. She does not want this decision. So she says, "If there's a dispute, then perhaps we should leave it in Janric's hands." And she looks to you, Tyrion.
Oh, God.
That is a wise decision. We should let Janric decide. Clearly a wrong has been done here. But your horse cannot determine who has wronged you. Recompense must be paid, clearly. Perhaps something of value from the temple? Seems only fitting. You lost something of value must be returned to you. But
quick question. What is this? It smells terrible.
It's a devil.
Even the whole horse thinks so.
It's devil's bane oil.
It does smell awful.
It repels creatures from the outer planes.
I was more referring to the fact that your trust was broken. This is a thing. Things can be replaced. Trust is much harder to replace. Wouldn't you agree, Gaspard?
Again, he'll say, "I do."
A quick statement on the horse would approach. Look, never mind. Continue.
So he says, so he turns back to the priestess and he says, "Well," she says, we have nothing in the monastery that would be worth the devil's bane."
This bitch lying.
What do you have that is worth Gaspard's trust, Eliatha?
She says, "For that I can only punish the wrongdoer."
But we don't know who the wrongdoer is. What can you pledge to Gaspard to make him trust you again?
And is there an obvious answer here?
I don't think so. I'm trying to, get him to maybe get her to give him a favor or something, or pledge some service to him. I'm just kind of leaving it open, giving him a chance to ask for something, but I'm kind of like setting it up to. She put it in my hands, so I'm giving him a chance to have a little bit of power over her.
Mm-hmm.
And save the line. I'll even go so far as to say, look at all of these acolytes. I know that your inclination is to lash out. I mean, the poor young man who came and brought you the news. I'm sure that he was someone that you lashed out at first, simply because he was the bearer of bad tidings and he brought you the news that your horse was disturbed.
And indeed, that messenger is standing with Harrison, sort of clutching his arm, and
I'll look over it and say, it's not his fault that the high priestess sent him. It's not anyone's fault here. I said, so ask for what would regain your faith in this group. But do not ask for something simple. Do not ask for a sacrifice from those who do not deserve, those who are not at fault.
Would you like a song? And I don't mean just a little tale. I go from tavern to tavern and sing one song about Gaspard the war chief. Get his reputation about. Father among the reeds of whatever world this is called. People will hear of Gaspard.
So Gaspard, while you were talking Tyrion and while you were talking Harrison, he's rummaging through his things, putting the Devil's Bane back in its satchel. And while you're both talking, or maybe while Harrison is talking, he
Of course.
lightning quick withdraws a dagger and sends it hurling at the offending acolyte. I don't know if anybody wanted to do anything.
Can we do anything? I would try to defy danger too.
Somebody could defend, perhaps, if they wanted to.
Yeah, what is defend?
Somebody grab a tray off the
Wait, actually, no.
off the bar and like
All right, go ahead.
bat it away.
Defend is constitution, so it's not me defending nobody.
Have
If
a move
not-
if nobody else does.
Yeah, I mean, your constitution, how is that? That or I could shoot a magic missile at it.
That would be the most badass thing ever if you shot a dagger out of the air with a magic missile.
I'll defend. Yeah, I would defend.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Partial success, you get one hold. What will you do?
I will redirect. I guess I will push the acolyte out of the way and take it myself.
Okay.
He got real quiet.
9 damage.
Alright, well I do have 2 armor. So
Still, that was a beefy hit.
yes it was. Ooh, plus
Okay,
5.
like,
Ooh.
I know you're mad, but holy fuck!
So he throws the dagger. Aziz, you'll interfere and take the blow. He'll turn back to Tyrion and he'll say, "I am satisfied."
What in the fuck of Janric's holy balls is wrong with this man?
He was owed a blood debt, he collected a blood debt, and he is satisfied. And I'm going to walk over and I'm going to cast Cure Moderate Wounds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I will, I'll take, actually I'll lose Cure Moderate Wounds for the rest of the day.
Okay.
Because hopefully we don't have to fight anything else.
What is wrong with this guy?
And I will look to the High Priestess as I cure Aziz. Ooh, 9 points.
Nice.
Actually 16 because I forgot I get to add my level because of one of my advancements. So.
Whoa.
Damn.
And I'll say, see, Gaspard is a reasonable man. He wanted honor restored. He wanted trust restored. Problem solved. And I will look to him and I say, I apologize for this breach of trust. It won't happen again. And I'll just nod to him.
Yeah, he's back to his playful self, and he will say, he'll say, well, let me put some pants on, and perhaps we can talk business. I've been meaning to catch up with you for quite some time, Tyrion. And
Thank you. I appreciate that.
the High Priestess is
You
like,
and everybody else.
the High Priestess is like, what the fuck? And then, because there's a sudden familiarity between you and him, even though you've never met, from his point of view anyway. And
Right.
And then, so some time's gonna pass by as the evening gets on. Gaspard is gonna pull you aside, Tyrion, to talk to you. The rest of you can be there too if you like, unless you have other stuff that
And
you'd like to do.
when all this is going on, I'm going to pointedly make it, I'm going to make it a point to not, like, linger too much on Rook, even though I know the only person it could have been with Rook. And I'm also going to, we're going to help up the guy that Aziz saved and all that stuff. And,
Yeah, well, I'm kind of staying out of the way from everybody, so.
Blending into the background
Trying
again.
to blend in the
Yeah.
background.
And so he'll. Will all of you be there, or?
I'd be happy if everyone came along, unless they don't want to.
No, I'll come along.
Yeah, Tyrion tells me.
Said it's going to be a little while, right?
Yeah.
So I might go grab some tidbits for the hippogriffs.
Oh yeah, before we go and talk, I want to tell Tyrion to take the mark off of Jim Bob. Or let him know that Gaspard can mark people. And I know this because I've seen it on Natalie before.
Okay.
And he knows he doesn't have a lot of time left because it's more vibrant, and that makes me mad.
We'll have to talk
Especially
about it with Gaspard. I don't know how that works yet.
All he did was he came and he told him that his horse was going absolutely apeshit. Why you mark the man because of that? He was informing you of a situation. Would you rather your horse go and kill everybody? I'm sure you would, since you're batshit fucking crazy. But
Well, yes. But you can't out crazy.
just watch me. No, I'm kidding. I start streaking.
I was like, are you? I was like, you've seen what he can do. Are you sure that that's the path you want to take?
No.
If it is, I will back your play. But
No, I'll behave. I'm upset because Jim Bob doesn't deserve this. He won't leave my side. And I imagine the acolytes just like fervently just shaking at my side, like.
I'll look at him and I'll say, hopefully, we have appeased his anger and the debt is paid. But I will let you know what we can do for you.
Yeah, he looks hopeful and he says, "Thank you, Tyrion. You are the light in these dark times."
We all must be that light. Never lose
Real
hope,
quick.
brother.
Real quick, do you know your parents? I'm working on a theory.
Does Tyrion know his parents?
Oh.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
I was
Just
None of
answer.
I was left at the temple as a child. I was raised by the Temple of Janri.
I look at Aziz and I go,
No clear
what did I
lineage?
tell you? What did I tell you? He's half Janrik. I'm telling you, this demigod with us,
Janrik in mortal form.
Hmm.
he's half Janrik.
So, yeah, Gaspard will meet with you.
All right.
You sent me a letter some time back.
Yes,
A message passed through my envoy.
indeed.
You wished to team up to overthrow Stefan.
Yes.
In the meantime, you've attacked him. Or no, that was afterwards. Yeah. So in the meantime, you've assaulted his forces, killed quite a few of them, as I understand.
Yes, I have. Though I would have preferred not to kill them. They left me no choice.
Yeah, he this kind of amuses him. He's he's kind of like, yeah, it's all the same, isn't it? And so he says, "Does your offer still stand?"
Indeed, it does.
Vlad and I have been doing some talking. We believe Stefan is dragging down a third of the Triumvirate. He could do with some replacing. I see it as a. Now I can't remember. There was a choice that had to be made earlier. You didn't inform on. What was his name? Domir, yeah. You didn't inform on Domir and his secret plan, right?
Right.
Okay.
And I told Dwemer, I warned Dwemer, because I deduced that he was testing me to see whether or not I would betray someone, because if I would betray them, then I would betray him.
Right.
So I didn't betray Dwemer, but said that I was willing to work with him, but I was not willing to betray Dwemer to do it.
Right. And so Gaspard, this is exactly what he wanted to hear. And so he's going to bring that up, and then he's going to say, Vlad and I have been discussing. We plan to abandon Stefan on the battlefield and allow the battle to take its course.
I have been doing what I can to get others to abandon Stefan as well. When they see that Harold is returned from the dead, they will believe, and they will also begin to pull back from him.
We don't want Harold in charge.
Why not?
Because he doesn't have the right temperament for control. We were thinking that you could rise to the occasion and take Stefan's place in the Triumvirate.
I am not a leader. I am a holy man. I follow where my God tells me to go, and my God tells me to push Harold along through his destiny. Harold will have the people on his side. Giving people hope will help you.
We have no issue with using Harold to rally the people. We just don't want him in control. We would prefer to deal with you. And you get the sense that this is not like a discussion thing. This is the offer. If you don't want it, then then this is the offer.
Is there room in this opportunity for you to deal with me, but Harold to lead the people? Harold listens to me.
Aziz, did you want to say something?
Well, just a reminder, wasn't Harold's ultimate goal to go back to his homeland?
Yeah.
So, I don't know how long he would be in control.
And
That's also true.
And Gaspard will also bring up that if what's his face has his way, what was his name again?
Oh, hang on, I have him in my notes. Malachi.
Malachi, yes. If Malachi has his way, he will be. Harold will be
Mated to the queen, yes.
wed to the queen, yes.
But that's a future problem, isn't it?
However, Gaspard doesn't seem. Tyrion and Aziz, you'll pick up on this. Gaspard doesn't seem too thrilled with this idea that Malachi has his sights set on him.
Would you allow us to discuss this as a group?
Of course.
Thank you.
I'm feeling a bit peckish, anyway.
No, I hope you've had someone ordered in.
And he says, actually, I've had my eye on some of the local stock.
I have questions. You know that, right?
And he'll leave.
God damn it. Why eat people? They're so stringy. Or at least that's what the lions tell me.
So, I mean, what is there to discuss? It seems like no matter what you tell these war chiefs, they want their way.
It's very true.
Well, isn't the queen... I hate that Harold's not here to confirm any of this.
Yeah.
Isn't the queen who he's trying to overthrow?
Yes.
Yes.
So, I mean, this Malachi guy is not going to get his way as far as we're concerned anyway.
Yeah, and if
We're going to kill him off.
If Harold truly wants to raise an army to go back, then I don't see how any of Gaspard's concerns come to fruition.
I mean, do we just let him think that I'm in charge? Because does it really matter who's in charge, ultimately? Since we're all working together?
So I think with your guys' insight on this, I think so Gaspard does not want Harold in charge because he sees him as a threat, and he sees him as uncontrollable, and I think he sees Tyrion as the more controllable option, as far as like you're very reasonable and you're more politically minded. I think he knows that Harold will at the first chance be more inclined to try to fight against them. Yeah. So instead of keeping he threatens the power structure of the Triumvirate.
Which is funny because I'm not politically minded at all. I'm just strategic.
Right. Well, of the two.
Yeah. I mean.
At least more rational, maybe not as emotional.
Yeah. I just know a losing situation when I see one. Harold doesn't.
Yeah, there's no losing for him.
Let's just kill all of them. Okay, we're outnumbered 5-1. And?
Kill him. Yeah, so...
And you also know that these guys are constantly vying for not a third of the triumvirate, but the entire thing. So like,
Right.
yeah. So there's definitely probably some machinations here that that you're not aware of, that you know you're not aware of as well. So.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see. Once again, Harold's not here to speak for himself, but among us, I don't see Harold vying for a position of leadership.
Yeah.
And Tyrion, you have expressed interest in returning the Crimson Blades to a more just group. So I don't see a problem with you taking charge.
Yeah, I think Harold would probably encourage that.
Right.
Only reason he wouldn't is if he knew it would piss off Gaspard. Just to spite him.
Which is again why Gaspard does not want him in charge.
Yeah.
And I suppose in the morning before we leave, we can agree to these terms.
Yeah.
That as long as no betrayals take place, that we will maintain these terms.
Now his plan with Vlad is to let Stefan and his men who are joining him to fight the orcs perish, to not give them any support, to totally king.
Right.
What was that dude's name? Kalen? To King Kalen them?
Yeah.
In Dragon Age.
King Kalen.
Yeah. So so I don't know if you know how many men or people are going to fight with Stefan against the orcs, but they would be lost essentially. So
We've tried to make it as few as possible, because we tried to convince Milton to sit it out, that we're going to take care of the orcs, that we're bringing Harold back.
right, are you going to loop him into that plan, or are you going to
Yeah, we can loop Milton in.
loop Gaspard in, or
Oh no, no, we're not going to loop him in on that plan.
okay.
He doesn't need to know.
Okay. Because so there might not even be a battle, depending on
Right.
how these negotiations go, right? But he doesn't know that.
I mean, what do you guys think we should let him know? Because I think we can. I think if we pull this off, we can still depose Stefan ourselves, and they just won't stop us from deposing Stefan.
Right. But until we get confirmation of the
Right.
orcs, there's no point.
Yeah, there's no
bringing
point.
Anybody else into it.
Yep, I agree.
Okay. And then okay. And so Gaspard's plan is to and the High Priestess, both their plans are to join Vlad at his keep,
Yep.
which is infinitely more defensible than the pass was, and to join them. So so the town will be pretty much left in your hands. The monastery will be left in your hands, essentially. If this is the meeting ground with the orcs, as they make their way off the next day, you will notice that the one who was marked is not upon them.
No, he was probably it. Oh, before we get to the next day, can I try and cast the homing spell again to rehome it to here?
Yeah.
That way I can memorize new spells for tomorrow. Do you still have your aid spell?
Oh, would you like me to
Harrison?
arcane arc?
Just because, since so much of the plan depends on us being able to teleport here easily, we
Why,
are just
yes.
on fire tonight.
Well,
I know,
yes,
I'm getting
you get
kind of
a
nervous about
+2.
next time.
You get a
know.
+2, and I'll say your mind is shaken of another enchantment or something. Actually, I can choose to double an effect now, so you would get +4 instead of +1.
Wow.
So
Nice.
that brings it
Means
to
That's
13.
I only needed the +1, but I'm still glad to have had the extra. It means that I
Yeah.
don't. So Harrison joins me in the spellcasting rites, and
Yes.
so the new word will be monastery.
Okay.
And so the old word is gone. I was going to do a funny bit where I said to like Ellie, "You're just mad. You've always been jealous of me ever since that day at camp. We all disappeared. Damn it!" And the griffins are sitting there. Where'd they go?
How is there anything we can do for Jim Bob? I do feel bad.
I believe he got eaten last night.
Oh.
I believe that's what John was just explaining. To
Yes,
us. He's
you do not see him
prohibited.
among the acolytes in the morning.
Everywhere I go, death follows me.
Yeah, these are the warlords. They are not nice.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck if he's nice or not. I just wanted Jim Bob alive.
I'm
Yeah.
conflicted. I mean, because he's eating them. Yeah, it's kind of natural, right?
He's using the whole animal, right?
Yeah, and he's not killing them for fun or anything. He's eating.
How about all that? Don't know about all that.
Yeah, I don't know how sensitive your unnatural, what is it, unnatural aberrations are. I don't know how sensitive your
Unnatural
radar...
menace.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely a menace.
But
He's natural, right? I mean, it's just...
yeah, but Gaspard, Gaspard might
we're
check
riding
this.
on creatures. We're riding on creatures that eat humans. Now we're talking to one that eats humans. I'm conflicted here.
I
There's a
understand.
difference
I
between a
understand.
human eating a human and a hippogriff eating a human, Aziz. I know, like halflings,
Is there?
you have a hard time.
Is there really?
You have a hard time understanding as a druid and a halfling. So let me break it down for you. Humans do not eat humans. Halflings, would you take a bite out of Rook? Look at him. I'm gonna point to him, looking all like fucking.
Rook
sneaky.
specifically? No.
Exactly. So no, it's a menace.
Too many knobs for you?
Yeah. indeed.
You spend all afternoon de-knobbing him. Be left with nothing left.
Knobbed.
So you guys can fly back to Hawthorne then. And
I have a spell question for you because I have another one of those spells that I can do a thing for one of the days.
okay.
And then it says choose a creature whose true name you know. Do I know Stefan's true name? Like,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that just his name?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Then I want to try and cast this spell on each of the days until I get it right. I want to cast Mark of Death.
Okay.
It says choose a creature whose true name you know. This spell creates permanent runes on a target surface that will kill that creature should they read them.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it on a parchment, like on the outside of it, and then I'm going to like write our terms for whenever we meet him, and then we'll fold them up and put them. And so when we get,
Okay.
yeah, why not?
Let's see how good I roll first before I start saying, would you like an aid? Bring back fucking Fenric. Or I guess arcane.
An arcane art or whatever.
Moves. Arcane art.
Hey, you got XP! Congratulations.
No, I do not help aid you.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh!
I also got XP. So we fail and I lose it for that day, but we had what, 5 days or 6 days of travel time?
3 or 4? I think
No,
it
we
was.
only had.
Oh, 4 days of flight
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll try again the next day.
Oh wait, hold
There
on,
we
hold
go.
on.
Oh.
So yeah, so the first time, Okay, so we got. Let me look at the spell real quick.
Well, that's right. It's only on a 7 to 9 that I choose. On a 5, you get to choose.
Yeah, so let me look at my moves real quick.
Okay.
This is pretty powerful stuff. So if it doesn't work
Yes.
out, I can imagine there's pretty catastrophic consequences.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Let me see.
What a time for us to both roll a fail, huh?
Right.
Yeah, you weren't getting rid of Stefan that easy. Ooh.
You could make him immune to the spell.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do I want to do that though? Make him immune from the spell. I think what I'm gonna do is somewhere in this world, both Harrison and Tyrion's name have been casted with this rune, and you don't know where they are.
Oh, shit.
Can I dispel magic now?
First, you gotta find them.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool. That's fucking lovely.
I guess that means that then the next one was a success. So we now have a paper with a mark of death on his true name the next day.
Yes.
So glad I could aid you.
Yeah, right? That's a pretty bad critical fail right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that could be a future 6 or below move. It counts.
Yeah,
It would count as an unwelcome truth.
Yeah, I guess.
Drinking a mug of ale and what's that symbol at the bottom of the cup?
What's he doing? Is that my name? Oh!
All right. Well, we've hit the 11 o'clock mark. I guess we'll resolve what happens at the village next time. Let's go ahead and close this thing out. So, Harrison, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm very pregnant and sleepy.
Oh, okay, gotcha. We'll finish this thing up then.
No, I read the rune.
You read a room with her name on it.
Oh goodness. Let's see. All right. So thank you for hanging out with us tonight. This has been the Action Sturge. We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to check out dndwow.com. Use our code the Action Sturge at checkout to get some discounts on some metal color changing dice. Join us next Wednesday for our dungeon crawler, where we have points where you can spend them. You can redeem stuff for the players or against the players, such as spawning monsters or having them pulled from the deck of many things. But you can also give them extra bonuses to their stats and magic items and whatnot. Check that out. Plaster Dragon, where can they find you?
Twitch.tv/theplasterdragon, where we play D&D, some video games, and then every Saturday we play a different game. And you can catch the Action Sturge there, usually the 4th Saturday of every month, playing superheroes with us. This month it's the 5th Saturday because we have 5, and so we do some Mutants and Masterminds.
Yes, and God willing, I will make it to this one. Work willing, I suppose. And of course, thank you to the Action Sturge crew for hanging out, the Deacon Smith, Terry, and Fork Puff. And I'm looking for somebody to raid real quick. Do we have any recommendations? Oops.
There's Borderlands. There's Bio Grandma. That's really about it.
Okay, yeah. Let's I have 20 sides to every story. Let's go say hey to them. Let's go pass the pass the raid along.
Yeah.
They're a chill group.
Yeah, totally.
Oops. So we'll go ahead and raid them. Make sure you join in on that raid because you can get some extra points for doing so. And everybody have a good night. Thank you so much for hanging out.